The EU is now approving an indefinite freeze of all $247 billion in Russian assets. And that is in turn getting Belgian backing to use those assets to support a nearly $200 billion loan to Ukraine. In other words, the Europeans are now ensuring that the Ukrainians have the support financially to continue to fight for another couple of years or more at a minimum, which means that's what the Russians have to expect, irrespective of what the Americans have to say about it. And the key point now is that the Europeans and the Ukrainians get to make more decisions over the future of Ukraine than the Americans do. Now, the Americans are pushing for peace no matter what, but the Americans also, even more fundamentally than that, don't want to have to be responsible for the outcomes. And if what you really care about is not being responsible for the outcome, then that means that the Ukrainians and Europeans are going to be the ones that make those decisions. If you want peace even more than you want responsibility for the outcome, then you have to play more of a role to ensure the leverage over that decision making. And that is a bridge too far for the United States and the Trump administration. And by the way, this makes a lot of sense. It should not surprise anyone out there that the Europeans are the ones that care more about their own security and Europe and Ukrainian security, and they care more about Russia as an adversary than the United States does, especially the frontline states. They're the ones directly threatened. They're the ones that the Russians are engaging in the majority of their asymmetric warfare, the espionage, the strikes on their critical infrastructure, the cyber attacks, all of that much more threatening to the Nordics and the Baltics and the Poles than it is to the Spaniards or the Italians or to the United States. And that is ultimately what got this decision making done.